Einen wunderschönen guten Tag zusammen. So this video should help you to understand the future tense as well as the conditional tense in German a bit better. So future tense is talking about things that will happen. If you look at it in a timeline, we've got the present tense right here. So things that are happening now or things that are happening at the moment. Then you've got the future tense that is talking about things that will happen. And you have got the conditional tense that is talking about things that would happen. And we will look at this further down in this video as well. So when do we use the future tense? We use the future tense to express something that will happen or to express future plans. So an example sentence you can see is Ich werde morgen Fußball spielen. I will play football tomorrow. So it's talking about things that will happen tomorrow. Now here is the sentence again. It's color coded in different colors. So we've got Ich werde morgen Fußball spielen. So we've got Ich, which is the subject, werde, helping word, morgen Fußball is the information, and spielen is the verb in the infinitive. Now, if you're not quite sure what an infinitive is, then go back to the video about the present tense because it will be explained in that video. So as you can see, the future tense in German, or a future tense sentence rather in German, will consist of 4 different parts. And a word, to remember the word order in German, is shiver. So you've got a subject, a helping word, information, and the verb. Now, you may remember slightly that there are helping words as well in a different tense in German, and that is the perfect tense. Now, do not get confused with those helping words because they are different. So for the future tense, what you need to remember is that the helping words are formed by using the present tense form of the verb werden. So if you want to say I will, it's ich werde. If you want to say you will, du wirst. He, she, it will, er, sie, es wird. We will, wir werden. You will, ihr werdet, and they will, sie werden. It is essential that you know those helping words. They are very, very important. So now it's over to you. You may want to try out what you've just learnt. So pause the video right now. I will reveal the answers in a minute. What you have to do is you have to fill in the helping words for the first 5 sentences. For the last 3 ones, you have to translate the sentences into German. So, number 1. Was wirst du in den Ferien machen? So, du is the keyword here, so it needs to be wirst. Nummer 2. Ich werde übermorgen auf ein Konzert gehen. So, I will go to a concert the day after tomorrow. Ich is the keyword. Nummer 3. Wir werden ein Foto machen. We will take a picture. Nummer 4. Meine Schwester und ich werden Musik hören. And now, be careful. This is a very, very common mistake. So it says ich here, and you may think, right, it says ich, so it's I, so it needs to be werde. But be careful, it says meine Schwester und ich, my sister and I, so it's more than just one person, so it needs to be werden. Nummer 5, ihr werdet morgen Volleyball spielen, so you will play volleyball tomorrow. Nummer 6, I will go to Germany, ich werde nach Deutschland fahren. Nummer 7, my brother will do his homework at the weekend, mein Bruder wird am Wochenende seine Hausaufgaben machen. And it will be fun. Es wird Spaß machen. So at the start I mentioned that we're also going to look at the conditional tense in German, and there is a reason for it that we are looking at 2 tenses in just one video, also because they're quite similar, you will notice in a minute. So when do we actually use the conditional tense? Conditional tense is to express something that would happen, things that might happen but you're not quite certain that they will. In exams, you may need to look up for keywords. Often if it talks about ideal town or perfect friend or anything like this, then they require, or they ask you to write in the conditional tense. These are keywords. So I would play football tomorrow is ich würde morgen Fußball spielen. You may have heard that the pronunciation is different. It's ich würde morgen Fußball spielen because there's an umlaut. So again, this looks familiar, but there is a difference. So as I said, ich würde morgen Fußball spielen. So again, it has 4 different parts. It has a subject, it has a helping word, it has the information, and it has the verb in the infinitive. And again, to remember conditional tense word order, in German it's the word shiver to remember. So subject, helping word, information, and the verb. Now you may wonder, well, it's exactly the same as the future tense. No, it's not. Do have a look quite carefully at this helping word. I've underlined the U with an umlaut, so the U. So it's würde. So helping words in the conditional tense they are formed by using the conditional tense form of the verb werden. So if you want to say I would, is ich würde. If you want to say you would, du würdest. If you want to say he, she, it would, er, sie, es würde. We would, wir würden. You would, ihr würdet. They would, sie würden. They are very, very important. You need to know them to make an accurate conditional tense sentence. So now we're going to play a quiz. So I would eat chocolate. Would it be ich würde Schokolade essen, ich würde essen Schokolade, ich würden Schokolade essen or ich würden essen Schokolade? So the correct answer is ich würde Schokolade essen. My family would travel to London. Meine Familie würden nach London fahren. Meine Familie würden fahren nach London. Meine Familie würde nach London fahren. Or meine Familie würdet nach London fahren. Again, a couple of seconds to think about. And the correct answer is meine Familie würde nach London fahren. My brother and I would spend less money. Mein Bruder und ich würde weniger Geld ausgeben. Mein Bruder und ich würden weniger Geld ausgeben. Mein Bruder und ich würden mehr Geld ausgeben. Or mein Bruder und ich würden ausgeben mehr Geld. And the correct answer is mein Bruder und ich würden weniger Geld ausgeben. The trip would take place next year. Der Ausflug würde nächstes Jahr stattfinden. Der Ausflug würdest nächstes Jahr stattfinden. Der Ausflug würden nächstes Jahr stattfinden. Oder der Ausflug würdet nächstes Jahr stattfinden. The correct sentence is, der Ausflug würde nächstes Jahr stattfinden. It would be fun. Es wird Spaß machen. Es wird Spaß machen. Es würde Spaß machen. Oder es würde Spaß machen. The correct answer is, es würde Spaß machen. So, what actually happens to the word order if you use a time phrase, you may wonder, because you may want to expand them to get a higher grade. So, using time phrase in the future in the conditional tense. So, number one, it says, ich werde übermorgen nach Spanien fahren. So, the day after tomorrow I will go to Spain. And meine Familie und ich würden morgen viel Spaß haben. My family and I would have a lot of fun tomorrow. You may have noticed that there is the time phrase right here, übermorgen, and morgen is the time phrase in the second sentence. So what you notice is that when using a time phrase within the sentence, the time phrase goes straight after the helping word. So the helping words in the first sentence are werde, and the second sentence is würde. So straight after the helping word, you need to put the time phrase if you want to use the time phrase within a sentence. Now you may want to play around with the word order as well. So you want to show the person who's reading your text that you can actually vary your sentence order or word order. So then you may want to say, morgen würden meine Familie und ich Spaß haben. Or übermorgen werde ich nach Spanien fahren. It means exactly the same as the sentences above that I've just mentioned, and they're both correct. But what did we do? We put the time phrase at the start of the sentence. So what happens? When you use time phrases at the start of the sentence, the helping word and the subject, they swap around. So you now have the helping word right here, würden and werde, and now you've got the subject, ich, straight after the helping word, meine Familie und ich. So you may notice here, it's at the start of the sentence. If you use a time phrase at the start of the sentence, though, the helping word and the subject, they swap around. So to get house points, write down 5 sentences using the conditional and or the future tense. And you need to use time phrases, or you could use time phrases and make your sentences more complex to get extra house points. Now also there's one twist. You need to make sure that you use different pronouns. So don't just use I, don't use we. You need to vary them. For the 5 sentences, we need 5 different pronouns. If I see evidence of this in your exercise books, then you will get house points from me. Now I hope this video was useful for you to understand the conditional as well as the future tense in German a bit better. So use this video for revision, or otherwise if you're still not sure about some things, then do not hesitate to come and see me.